When I find myself in a new day, in a new week, I'm always very happy because it is not easy for someone to sleep and wake up hale and hearty just as the person slept. So I slept and woke up today being Monday and I am super happy. And guess what? It is a money making Monday edition of Hashtag Trending sponsored by Spectrum Television. My name is Ofonana Joseph, and this is me gladly welcoming you to the program Hashtag Trending, where we talk about everything that's trending on the socials as far as that particular thing has found its way to social media. First on our list of trends today. Okay. A federal high court in Abuja ordered social media activist called Justice Chidiebere, popularly known as Justice Crack, in DSS custody until May 25 on charges of cybercrime, breach of public peace, and felony stemming from posts and chats urging discontent among troops over welfare issues. Well, the young man Justice Cracks pleaded not guilty as his defense plans a bail application. This man that we're talking about, sometime military officials sent him videos of the kind of food that they're being served in Meduguri, in the camp in Meduguri. And they sent this video to this young man saying, this is what soldiers go through. This is the kind of food that they are eating. And he was so shocked. So as a social media activist, he took it upon himself to make a video about it, clamoring for a positive change as it has to do with our Nigerian soldiers, calling on the government to take very good care of our military men. And this is the same reason that he was being arrested and detained by DSS while he was being arraigned in court in Abuja today. And people came out en masse to cry that he should be released and justice should be served. Do we not have the right to freedom of speech anymore in this our country? Let's see the video of Justice Cracks being arraigned in court and people clamoring for his release.
Justice Crack! Free 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 Justice Crack! Nigerian army, shame on you! Shame on you! Una dey carry person where say make dem feed una well. Come court. My brother, I love you. Justice! Justice! Free Justice Crack! Free Justice Crack! Free Justice Crack! Free Mama P! Free Justice Crack! Free Justice Crack! Let the whole world see you! Let the whole world see you! This is our hero! Let the whole world see! Nigerian army! Free Justice Crack! Free Justice Crack! Free Justice Crack! You are a legend! You are a man! You are a hero! Justice! You are a hero! Free Justice! Justice! Free Justice!
What will become our fate in Nigeria when the only tool that we have is the social media, and when we actually air our view, be it a grievance, a complaint, or a call on the government to put things in place as it ought to be, people will be arrested, people will be detained. Are we not going to have a say whatsoever as it pertains to our welfare again in Nigeria? So it will then be whatever we see, we take. Our mouths are now zipped because if you open it, you're going down for that thing you are saying. Do we still have freedom of expression, freedom of speech in Nigeria? Because we're seeing the likes of Omoyele Sowore and Peter Aka, as well as Mama P, clamoring for the release of this young man called Justice Chidiebere, popularly known as Justice Cracks. I don't know what you think of this particular video, so you send in your thought and your comment as it concerns freedom of speech in Nigeria, as we take few comments from Twitter. Ifyok David says, thought the army had dignity. I thought the army were disciplined enough not to join issues with civilians. I thought the army only acted on orders during the Lekki massacre. But now, the world can see how shameless they are. The superiors appear to enjoy the mistreatment of our military personnel rather than fix the welfare complaint. Okay. Olumide Olutayo says, in a country where army rehabilitates terrorists, somebody spoke up for the men of the military for being badly cared for, and the man is being handled like a terrorist. Nigeria is gone. Ha! That's really a strong word. Nigeria is gone. I wouldn't say Nigeria, my country is gone, because in as much as things are turning out this way, we do not have to keep quiet. We do not have to shrink. We do not have to go into our shell. We still have our fundamental human right to speak up where necessary, as long as we do not go contrary to the laws of their land. Let us forward ahead to another trending story happening in the United States of America. between African Americans. We're seeing the video of a lady using her work. She's a Whataburger restaurant worker. Okay, so she's using her uniform as a crop top, and she went to work dressed like that. So part of her lower abdomen was revealing. Then her manager met her, addressed her, corrected her, and scolded her to dress appropriately as pertaining to the rules and regulations guiding the establishment. And she questioned the authority of her manager as to why she should not wear her work uniform like a crop top. Shocking. This did happen in Nigeria, because we're seeing Nigerians in the comment section saying, you're even having a conversation, you're arguing with your manager, they're going to push you away. There are loads of other people that want to occupy that particular position. So she used her top, folded it, tied it to the back, and the manager said, you're going to bring it down, cover your stomach. We're not selling stomachs here, so dress appropriately. And she asked the manager a question, that if they were actually going to get customers as should be, they should employ very beautiful ladies, maybe that will show their stomachs. I don't know what you would think of this video you're about to see, because it is well with me. Let's see the video.
The restaurant have dressed.
Wait, but why?
No, that's not the standard.
Why? I'm confused. Why?
You know, there's nothing to be confused about. It's plain, simple English. Untuck your shirt and cover your stomach.
I told you that the shirt was too big.
It doesn't matter.
I said I need an XXS.
And still doesn't matter. That's not warrant you to come out half dressed. You have to dress accordingly to what the standard is of Whataburger.
How is my stomach harming anybody? How is my stomach harming anybody?
It's harming the business. You cannot come out like that. That's not standard. We're not going to stay here and talk about this for 20 minutes. You're not standardly dressed. You can either dress properly at home if you like, or you can tuck the shirt and get to work here at Whataburger.
Don't you guys ever think if you had cuter girls?
If this were to be in Nigeria, I better ask the question. Can this happen in Nigeria? So if it happens in Nigeria, what do you think the management will do to an employee like her type, the one we saw having an argument with her boss, whether she should pull down the uniform or not? They're not selling stomachs there. They're selling, burgers, and they don't want to see her stomach. But she insisted that her stomach should show, because her stomach is not causing any harm to any customer. What is this? In every establishment, in every organization, they've got rules and regulations guiding that organization. So if you as an employee is there, you have to abide by the rules and regulations guiding the establishment that you're working for or working with. If you do not like the rules and regulations and you know you're not going to abide by it, you take yourself out of that establishment. You resign. Okay, so I don't know. This is not supposed to be a case at all that, should find its way to social media. But this is what we're seeing as it concerns the Gen Zs and the kind of choices they're making. And it's my body, it's how I want to dress, you know, kind of mentality and thought with our Gen Zs nowadays. Let us take a few comments on social media. Then you send in yours. Let's know what you think about this video. Don Y says, you got luck, say no be Nigeria you dey. Nigeria way later for job vacancy, they plenty pass. Already existing workers, now sack letter you for job. Okay. Sir Gabriel, she's not yet ready to work. I know every establishment has rules and regulations that guide them. When she's ready, she should dress properly. Of course. Jerry's Herb says, stomach no dey pay salary. Wear the uniform properly or resign. Simple professionalism. Crop top for fast food. Next thing, a bikini for counter. Manager, they try and beg. Don't come showing us your beautiful novel. Don't come showing us your lower abdomen. That is not what we are selling in this establishment. If she feels she's going to dress anyhow that she wants to dress, well, she has an option of resigning or establishing her business and dress anyhow she wants to dress. Definitely not in someone else's establishment where they've got rules of conduct guiding the establishment. Okay, send in your thoughts and comments. Let's go over to another trending story in Kwara State. A young man allegedly stole a generating set, and the police officers in Kwara went to arrest the said young man. He was not found. He wasn't seen. So instead of the young man, and instead of them going back to the station without any form of arrest, they arrested a sister to the young man, a 16-year-old girl, arrested her and detained her in their police cell for over 2 days. And people came in, you know, shouting and saying that they should release her. She's a minor. She's 16 and she's not the one. She's not the suspect, but just so that maybe to them the suspect would come out, they arrested the younger sister to the young man. Do you think this is right? Is this the law guiding the Nigerian police force and Nigerians? Is this correct? Is this the right thing that should be done? Let us see the video, though they're using their local dialects to communicate. Picture, she is crying, she's wailing and calling for help. So I don't know, is this a law in Nigeria? Is it okay that a suspect is not seen to be arrested and they arrest a close relative and a minor at that? Look at that young lady in the counter, and this is a police look at police men that are not even in uniform. They're wearing mufti, they're wearing ordinary clothes. How do you even identify them as police officers, by the way, when they're coming out in mufti? And most of them do not even go with their ID cards, such that when they want to carry out an arrest, they'll give you a warrant. There's nothing like that in these our climes. They just come and they act. You might I don't want to say anything, but what do you think of this video? What do you think of this particular video? Because people are calling for help and for the release of this minor. Let us see comment from social media. Your sure plug says, aside from her age, it is not lawful to arrest someone in place of another person. This is impunity. Forex Press says that is against the law and constitution of Nigeria. The very question I asked prior to this time was that, is this lawful that a minor is arrested, and aside her age, she is not the one that committed the crime, or she's not the alleged thief, but she is being arrested and detained over what she knows absolutely nothing about. Is this a thing in Nigeria? Should it continue? Because this is not the first, this isn't the last. it happens. We know it happens. Should it continue? What should we do to nip this in the bud? Okay, we're still forging ahead to stories that are trending on social media today. Oh my God. This is going to send spines down your veins. Oh my God. There's a shocking revelation of a landlord going to his apartment, to his house where he's got tenants, single room apartment. So he went there to let his tenants know that he's going to increase the house rent from 165,000 naira to 250,000 naira, unknown to the landlord that his caretaker has been charging the tenants over 360,000 naira per year for house rent. Like, and the landlord doesn't even know. So he just came to have a one-on-one conversation with his tenants and to tell them that, you know, between this span of time, there's going to be an increment from 165,000 naira to 250,000 naira house rent per year. And the tenants came with their receipts to let the landlord know that they have been paying over 360,000 to the caretaker, unknown to the landlord. And this revelation is quite shocking, as people were very furious with the caretaker and they didn't even know what to do with him. But I'm pretty sure that the landlord was trying to tame people down and to calm them down. Maybe the case will be resolved amicably and he's going to collect all the monies the man has been topping on the house rent later. But you know what, in Nigeria, people wanted to do some bad bows. Let's see the video. Very outrageous and wicked.
Everybody paid, if for instance everybody paid January, and you are coming in around March, I'll remove 3 months for you. You are going to pay the balance between January and December. That's what I normally do, so that the next year, everybody will pay at the same time. But unfortunately, he has been doing something else. He will tell you to pay the normal this thing, but he said he will do one month for you, and you are paying 300. The money is supposed to be 100 and you are in communication with him. Someone has to pay 120, you collect 400. People 500 just to move from one room to one room, 350. And now everyone talk watching this other guy will pay here, will pay Kenny, from moving from down to up. This one not the issue on you. Just to move from down to up. Jesus Christ. Have you seen it? When we talk about, have you seen it? Moving from down to up. Moving from down to up.
And this is my receipt, so I was supposed to pay 165 and I paid 335. And to renew 250. Caretaker, I want 70 to be like I want 70. I don't see where time. Now you said you have to renew 250, and I bought it last year.
I don't know what to say. What do you call this? Is this not wickedness? This is outrageous. This is unheard of. He's even gaining more than the owner of the house. Over 360,000 naira is what the caretaker is charging for a rent of 165,000 naira. And some persons will blame corruption on the government. What is this? How does he sleep at night? And now that everything, you know, is in the open, I don't know where he will put his face. I don't know where he will hide his face. I don't know what he's going to say. What will he even say? Just maybe at some point, the government should look into tenants and house owners agreement, tenancy agreements. They should talk. Even agents are doing worse. But this particular one beats my imagination. How such caretaker sleeps at night in this biting economy, collecting such amount of money. That's indirectly stealing. That's extortion. Well, you're going to tell me what you think of this. Send in your submission as we take comments from Twitter. Chisomaga says the work of caretaker is to look after a house and not to receive rent money. Rent should be paid directly into landlord's account, and I think agreement letter should be sent to landlord direct by the tenant. Correct. Toby Lola ONG says those caretakers are very weird. That's what they do to tenants everywhere. You see that? That's what they do to tenants everywhere. In most places, this is what happens. You don't have a direct access to the owner of the house. From agent to caretaker, that's where it stops. You do not have any direct access to the owner of the building. So whatever complaint, associations, whatever meeting is with the caretaker of the house and not the house owner. That's how it's being done in several places. So how will you have access to the house owner that you don't even know where he lives or where he's located or how you can even get to him? So all you do is to have a one-on-one with the caretaker, and that is why such video that we just saw happened. But as we all know, nothing is hidden under the sun. No matter how long it takes, at some point it's going to be revealed and you will not know what to do with yourself. Let's take our last trend this afternoon. A mother and a daughter were having a conversation and the daughter asked her elderly mother how dating, how they used to get married in her era, being that in this 21st century, a man and a woman date, they get to know each other before they forge ahead to get married, call it dating, call it courtship. So she asked her mother, Mom, how was it in your era? How did you get married to my father since you guys did not date? Let us hear the response from the mother that has made the internet to stand up and ask questions.
So, I hear say that time, woman and man, they know they toast each other. But you carry woman, can't give you, say, take, and your wife be this. I say they do one.
That they do.
Eh?
That they do not be all.
So what if you not call like the man with the carry can't give
You
you?
go like her.
You not get choice.
You not get chance.
You don't mean it.
Even the time when we marry, what you make me marry your papa? May I tell you? Not be say your papa too good. You know good. What you make me marry at that time? The time where we grow out, come out. No man for only.
Oh, so man scarce.
Man sky, why the sky? Because of soldier.
Okay, they go join war, they go fight war.
They go fight war. They go this one go join soldier, this one go join soldier. Then any man where you see, you marry at that time, you go manager.
Yeah.
Hey, your papa na manager.
Ah.
I be say I like kind like that.
So you manage my papa?
Manager na.
Okay, but you born 7 children for her.
7.
And you manage her.
One passed away.
So 6 children.
Those are that.
And you were managing him.
We try.
So those 6 children when you born for her, wake up their life now, because you the manager and that.
You know see Sienna. As you see old now. You see change?
No change.
No changes.
Okay, let's come back home. I told you earlier that the internet users are standing up to ask questions about this particular video. Look at the woman. You will know that she's not a Gen Z. You know that. Look at her daughter. Judging from her daughter's maybe age or look, you will know that the woman has grown-up children. So the fact that a woman has been married for so many years and has a daughter of that age and still saying that she is managing her husband, do you think everything is okay at home? So if it were in this era, maybe some persons will divorce because, you know, they cannot manage for that long. But in her time, she said you just get married to somebody because men were scarce then. Not that she loved the man. and she got married to the man, and she had been managing the man from when they got married up until now. So if an elderly woman is telling the world that she is managing her husband right from when they got married up until now, and it's not even a skit, it's not even a joke, what kind of a man is that? How is that marriage? Because she would have just said, oh, your father was such a lovely young man up until now, I loved him, these are the things he does, and she's still maintaining the fact that she's managing. Okay, what do you think of this video? Let me cut the whole story short. What do you think of this video? As we did comments from social media. Okay, Fendard says, most women don't choose their husbands, they settle when time runs out. You're a placeholder for a man she never found. She stays not out of love, but because living became too costly. Loyalty built on shrinking options is not love, it is arithmetic. Blockbuster Boy says the whole concept is that he managed her dad must be due to his attitude, and she stay and born 7 for him. But after all these years, he still hasn't changed. I feel we take these out of context. Okay, in every sense, how do you understand that woman? What do you think? What's your interpretation of what that elderly mother has said about managing her husband right from when they were youth up until now? Do you think some women, passed through this, our mothers, our great grandmothers, that kept it in their marriage, that were faithful and patient? Do you think it was all about management? What do you think? Send in your submission so that we can learn, because learning never ends. Let's take the word that we have for today and call it a wrap. The word of the day right now, the word of the day is scrupulous. Scrupulous. What does scrupulous means? Scrupulous describes someone who is very careful about doing something correctly, or something marked by such carefulness. Scrupulous. An example of scrupulous in a sentence is, she was always scrupulous about her work. All right, Money Making Monday it is today, so let us take our Money Making Monday motivational tips from Warren Buffett. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Start making money. Do not procrastinate. Start today. Start now. Because if you don't start now to make money, you will die trying to make money. All right, that is our motivation for you today. My name is Ofodona Joseph. I loved it that I did hashtag trending with you today, and I will do this again with you tomorrow. For now, it's a wrap. Bye for now.